What is up? We're back. Race Sports and Slams brought to you by the great people over at Boink Studios, boinkstudios.com, where you can find the latest and greatest from pop culture, music, wrestling, and of course, we start every Monday with that fire, Race Sports and Slams. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for all the love. I appreciate it. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, like, share, boinkstudios.com, Race Sports and Slams. We have a full lineup today. We have a lot to talk about. We're covering pretty much every sport on the planet and some. So let me get started. We have the Director of Operations for the Joel Embiid Hater Society. We have the Assistant Vice President of the James Harden Haters Club and newly promoted Senior Vice President of the Wemby Hater Society, Mack. Garvin, what's up, my friend?
And I took the promotion joyfully, America, with our boy Wemby as the senior now VP.
So senior VP. Congratulations, yes, man.
Thank you, man. Well, when you make it to the finals, depending on the circumstance, your status can get elevated. So here I am. So, all right. So America, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to Boink Studios. We're excited for today. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. And the third piece of the puzzle. This man told me to get some tissue. I said, why? Is you about to sneeze? And within 3 seconds, I was sneezing. He's the Nostradamus of Nostradamuses. If he tells you it's raining, get an umbrella. If he's telling you it's snowing, get some gas for your snowplower because this guy predicts everything. Walter Duncan, what's up, my friend?
Yo, what's up, guys? Glad to be back. Boink Studios, back in the building with my fellas. Glad to be here, America. We love you. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Before we get into the topics, say some quick hellos. What's up, Jeff Peter? What's up, my friend? Thank you so much for watching.
I Jeff?
Appreciate you. And he says, my question for Mac, this is the president of the conversation. How do you feel the Knicks looks like they're going to get swept?
Listen, okay, full disclosure, Jeff. It's been this long season with me. I'm the president of the club because I think he's very frail, and that's been documented and known. I am rooting for the Knicks because they have not had a chip since 70 somebody. We'll double check. And at least the Spurs have at least 5. So I'm rooting for the Knicks, bro. Don't get it confused, brother.
All right. Our first topic is the New York Knicks, of course. The Knicks are up 2-0, and they play tonight in New York. Big game. This is kind of the do or die for San Antonio. The Spurs are down 2-0 in the finals. Losing game 1 by 10, losing game 2 by a point. Here's my take on the first 2 games and what I think is going to happen going forth. And then I will go to Walt, and then I will go to Mack. In the first game, Victor's been lighting up. He's averaged 27, 10, 3, shot 39 from the field. His numbers have been good. Unfortunately, game 1, he shot 6 of 21 from the field, played horrific. And they couldn't rebound. They had no other pieces. He was Batman. Robin was, I guess, in bed with the flu. Couldn't be found. So he was by himself. He was left alone on an island. Game 2, Wemby played lights out until Jalen Brunson missed the jumper. Wemby grabbed the rebound and threw it to the guy that's wearing the other uniform. Your team is black and silver. The Knicks are orange and blue. I don't know who you were throwing this to. Threw it right back to them, gave the game away. So Wemby's been playing terrible. I wouldn't say terrible. He's been playing not Wemby-like. Game 2 was much better. Game 1 was horrific. People are saying the Knicks are winning because San Antonio's playing bad. I would say to the contrary, the Knicks are playing really, really well. I got to call a spade a spade. They're not having a bad playoff game yet where everybody's shooting terrible. Their 3-point shooting's horrific, their rebounding's bad. Jalen Brunson is doing his thing, Cat's doing his thing. I see this going for maybe a gentleman's sweep, but I do not see San Antonio coming back from this. I'm calling it now. If you guys would have put a pie on this, I'm giving up to the Knicks right now. I do not see San Antonio pulling this out. I just don't. I just feel like Knicks they just want it more. Wemby, maybe because he's so young and this is his first NBA Finals, which you have many more. The guy is a phenom. The pressure's getting to him, and maybe this is just the end of it. Who's to say he could rebound and do his thing, and then, I will be completely wrong, but my gut's telling me this could be over. All right, Walt, I have unloaded. What you got?
Man, I think you hit a lot of points there, right? And I totally agree with you on I think on all of them, right? So I think that tonight that the arena is going to be buzzing. It's going to be like an atmosphere that is unlike anything else. I think it's going to be, the city is alive. Mack has been letting us know, like, hey, the energy in the city, guys, is like, it's buzzing. It's unlike anything else. So I think tonight is going to be electric. I think the Knicks are going to feed off of that. And I think Wemby has a great game tonight, but I think that's it. They're the youngest team in the league. Yes, they made it to the finals. Kudos to them. But that age is kind of showing, right? The Knicks are like, they have some veterans on their team. Josh Hart, OG, Brunson, Cat. Those are veteran guys. They know how to get the job done. And I think the Knicks have the goal in sight. And man, I would not be surprised the way the series has been going if this is a sweep. The Knicks are just, playing lights out. They're on a historic run right now. I think they're the second longest in playoff history with 13 straight wins right now. You know what I'm saying? So I think that continues. And I think that we see, man, I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks come out tonight and it's a blowout.
I would not be surprised as well. Before I go to Mac, we have a lot of comments. Don't think we forget about you guys. Knicks punched Wemby and the team in the mouth. They haven't gotten back up.
That's right. My God. Gene.
If the Knicks lose, it might be reverse. Ain't no helicopter better than Miss.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my Lord. Giving 2 up for the home. I don't see how this is not a sweep. It's a Danhausen curse working for the Knicks. Wow. He's pulling out the Danhausen curse. Wow.
No, I haven't heard that.
Danhausen, boy, he's been cursing them. You've seen the character from AEW. He cursed he cursed San Antonio, and boy, it's working. My man Maurice is in the house. The lights were out. And Timmy Gonzalez, what's up, man? Big game 3. That's right, sir. All right, Mac. We've had some great opinions. What you got for you, sir?
Listen, America, I've been telling the fellas, you can feel the electricity in the city, man. Like, it is everywhere. You see the love, the projection on the side of a brick wall, 300 people just chilling, especially game 2 at the end. I'm standing in the kitchen. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, it's over. Oh my gosh. So I'm excited, and I'm in Pennsylvania, but the city is ready. I love all the support that all of the past players from decades ago, coming to the games. The energy is ecstatic. They didn't want to leave San Antonio when they won last time. Like, they had them there. It's been so exciting to see it. Let's not forget some of our other players. You're right. Brunson, big body Brunson is what they call him. He is not afraid. That dude flat out told Wemby, not tonight. Like, you know what I mean? But Karl Anthony Towns, listen, Wemby was smelling that man's deodorant. There was nothing he could do, bro, to get open hard enough. He's standing right in his face, blocking him. Okay, that's great. Brunson's like 6'10". Okay, it don't matter. You're 7'4". I'm in your not tonight, pal. And especially that now they're in New York. Whoo! Listen, America, I just told the squad, if they win this game, if the Knicks win this game, you'll be hard pressed for some dude who came to the game with a Spurs jersey on to leave in one piece with his jersey on. If they lose, I suggest you take it off and roll it up in a ball and shove it down your pants leg and walk out with a t-shirt on. It will not be safe. The police will arrest a Spurs fan to save them. Nothing's going to get charged. I'm doing this to help you, pal. You need me right now. Like, so I'm excited, man. I see the Knicks coming out early, setting the pace. Wemby's going to play with ferocity. 100%. I may be maybe the new vice president. However, what I do know is this: he knows it all rides on him. When we saw the game 2, when it was 7 minutes up in the fourth quarter, you seen Wemby on the side like yelling at his teammates like, "This ain't over, let's go." And they mounted a 14-point deficit comeback to take the lead, tie it, and then he had a good, decent look. It just didn't go in. 7.7 seconds. So they had the opportunity. So I'm excited to see it. I think they're going to win one. So I'm going to go with a gentleman's sweep, if you want to call it that. And America, who can tell me what the difference between a sweep and a gentleman's sweep is? I just asked the squad down here too. I'm like, why is it called a gentleman's sweep? So someone chime in and let us know. But that's what I got.
The game tonight's at 8:30, so everybody's excited. Question I'm going to ask Mack first, and I'll go to Walt, and then I'll give him my opinion. If San Diego comes back, the only way I can see them coming back is if Wemby plays out of his mind. And I hate to say this, De'Aaron Fox shows up. He still hasn't shown up. It's been 2 series now. I don't know where this guy is. This is Michael J. Fox. I don't know where De'Aaron Fox is. He's not playing. I don't know who this guy is. This is not the potential all-star that I remember, but he's not playing at all. I feel Wemby's on the island by himself. He's like Tom Hanks. The Knicks are playing like a team. Everybody's playing. Your 3-point shooting is out of this world. Pay what's their 3-point shooting specialty's name? Oh my God.
Shamet.
Pay Landon Shamet. Pay him his money. Pay him his money. That dude I don't think he can miss. I think he can hit it from his next door neighbor's house. This guy is just lighting it up. So to you, Mac, how is it possible for San Diego to come back? Is there any shot?
So here's the thing. You happen to mention Shamet. There is a question mark right now in reference to him. Shamet has a twin brother, identical twin brother. And there's a rumor from game 1 to game 2. Did his brother play for him as an option because he might be injured? You can't make it up.
Oh,
I'm saying to myself, you're right. He was dormant game 2. Like, what happened? So that is a rumor that's going on right now. I don't know if anyone else has heard about it or not, but I saw it circulating. I do believe they have a shot to win, but you're right. Everyone has to be clicking on all cylinders, and they know what they're up against. It's not just the players, it's the fans. Like the fans, if Wemby and boys and company do not come out shooting and be up by like 15-6 at the beginning of the game, if they can take the fan base out of the game, they have a better shot of winning. But everyone here knows, if you played any sports at all, when you hear the rumble of the stadium, especially on a football game, the rumble of the stadium, because everyone, and you can, that simmering tremor motion comes onto the field, bro. It's amazing. And I know as a fan, if you're off, the team is all in. That's why this Hawks have called the 12th man, for a reason. So what I'm telling y'all is this: if Wemby don't come out and out the gate scoring hard, it's over.
All right. We'll end it with you, Walt. How is this possible, and can it be done?
I don't foresee it happening. The only way that it would potentially happen is that Wemby would have to play out of his mind, right? He would have to average like a darn near triple-double. He would have to be all over the place. He would have to lead the effort, right? De'Aaron Fox, yes, he had a better game in game 2. I think it was the first time that he would score like over 20 points or so. So I think that would have to continue. All the guys would have to rally behind Wemby, and he would have to lead the charge. I wanted to point to 2 different scenarios that I would have to see Wemby kind of like follow, right? You remember LeBron when he was on the Heat and he was playing the Celtics, right? And the Celtics had that super team, the Heat super team on the ropes. And then LeBron, there's always the image of LeBron looking up like a man possessed, right? Yeah. Wemby's going to have to either do that, channel that, or I go back to another Heat person, Dwayne Wade, right? His first finals trip against Dallas. Dallas went up 2-0. And then Dwayne Wade had to average over 34 the next 4 games, right? Yes. And he had to play out of his mind. So Wemby's going to have to do something like that. And is he capable of it? Maybe. He's going to have to show us. But I just don't Brunson and Towns, they want this, and the Knicks want it so bad. I just don't see this happening.
I feel you. All right, let's get to some comments. My man Timmy said local media from San Antonio are in New York. My man Maurice, it couldn't win with Brunson being ball dominant most of the game. Move the ball and they could dominate. I feel you.
Okay.
I feel
I'll
you.
take that, Reese.
Oh, man, we have a guest, DJ Kwan. Facts. The Spurs have not won the Mascot since 2019. Okay. That's a fact. I don't know if that's a good fact or bad fact. I don't know if that can happen. The Knicks have to lay down and play dead for the Spurs to win this. Wow. Okay. Tell us how you really feel. Well, Mack, should Dylan Harper put in the starting lineup with Castle and Fox? Because ESPN today said they should. Good question. Well, all right. Walt, Mack, he's asking you guys.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Give the rookie more run. See what he can do. He's been playing solid
for him. Yeah.
And, Castle's been struggling. Fox has been struggling. Do what works. You have to figure out something. You have to come up with an adjustment because if not, they're going to blow you out the building.
All right. So you both. Yeah. Okay. Ron Harper's
and
son.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? And this is one of them deals also, too, where for the people that helped get you there, why would you abandon them now? I shouldn't say abandon them now. Like, what if these were guys instrumentals helping you during your season and got you to the finals? Just because they had a bad game doesn't mean you should put them to the side. Like, so like let's keep that energy, like don't just all of a sudden bail on them because they're having a bad game. So yeah.
All right. We're switching gears. We're going to talk about baseball. And Cristopher Sánchez has made records. That's right. The left-hander had an historic 50 scoreless consecutive innings, 50.23 to be exact, during the 2020 season against San Diego. It's the fifth longest consecutive scoreless inning streak in Major League history since 1893, surpassing Pedro Martinez. He did 35 innings in 2001. Kudos to this guy. He right now is balling out. Right now, if you had to vote, I think he'd probably get the Cy Young. He's got a 7-2 record. And no, it's very early. Number one in ERA, 1.46. He has 103 strikeouts. I mean, Philadelphia's a little above 500. They're 35-30, but Sanchez is balling out of his mind. I will kick this off and go to Mack and then to Walt. In an era where, not like 15 years ago, where I would pitch 8 innings and Mack would close it, or Walt would be the closer. Now, in this new era, it's like, hey, I just need to pitch 5 innings because Mack is now this new title, this middle reliever, where he pitches 6, 7, 8, and then Walt comes in the 9th. Or Mack will pitch 6, 7, maybe 1 out in the 8th. Walt will get the next 5 outs and close it down. It's completely changed. So the fact that you have a guy right now who's playing like this in this zone, who's just balling out like this is crazy. The fact that he's pitching such lengthier games, like I said, in today's Major League Baseball game, this is so rare. Because like I said, they've set up a position now for teams are looking for a setup guy. They're looking for an innings guy. They're looking for a guy that could, pitch middle relief. There was no middle relief 10, 15 years ago. There was a starter and a closer. Yep. But it's changed so drastically now where you don't have to be a starting pitcher now if you're coming out of high school or college. You can be, hey, Dad, I could pitch 3 really great innings. Oh, great. You could be a middle relief guy. That wasn't a position back when we were kids. You didn't aspire to be a middle relief pitcher. You wanted to be a starter or a closer. So kudos to Chris Sanchez, dude. Again, Mack, what do you think about this? And how important is this for baseball to see someone do this and in this weird era?
Ray, you just mentioned that you kind of hitting the ball on the head. Mid-relief pitcher. You're right. In the beginning, it was open and closer, but then that's why they also designate it's called a pinch hitter. A guy who's great at cracking the ball. Andrew's not. We really need this run. And they bring a guy in just to crack the ball over the stadium, bleachers. So the idea that now they're trying to impose their will on other players with still plenty of juice in them, I think is what makes it different because of you've got these pinch hitters. So my thing is right now is it is the evolution of the game.
I think they're also doing this to help to speed the game up some as well. So you're not having a guy who's experienced more fatigue taking longer to throw the rock. This is a situation where you can get these quick outs with someone who's still fresh enough and bring old boy back in at the end of the game where he's ready to rock, versus you seeing a guy like this or shaking the arm and then to wind up because he's tired, and also these guys are throwing faster. Now it's 95 to 100 is the average. Years before, you'd only get a couple guys like Nolan Ryan, I think, was one of the first to go over 100 miles an hour throwing the fastball. So now we're in this evolution of the game where we want this tempo and speed to change. And this is an example of how these guys now know they don't have if they're switching up in the rotation and having these guys just coming as mid-relief, then they know they got to step their game up also too. So I love the idea personally. So,
all right, but before I go to Walt, my question to you, Michael and Walt will obviously answer this. Do you see how, like I said, how the game has evolved now? It's like you don't need to have a great arm to pitch 8 innings anymore. Like now they have this middle relief cushion guy that's going to save you, and then the closer. You just need to pitch 5 innings, which I think, again, in my opinion, it kind of hurts the sport because I'm used to old school baseball. I'm used to like people like Jacob deGrom going 8 innings, having your closer close the game out and call it a day. And you could throw 8 innings, but now it's like I said, they're babying these guys a little too much, in my opinion, and it's changed. So, well, I'm gonna let you go, my friend.
Look, I'm excited about Cristopher about Sánchez doing this because we haven't seen it in so long. I think the last time it occurred was in '88, and I was just a pup then when that happened, right? So I wouldn't have seen that. So like to see it in my adulthood, I think it's something fantastic, right? It's not something that happens or occurs a lot. So, like, think about this. The last time it happened was 1988, and then before that, it was 68, and then before that, it was in 1913 and 1910, right? So, like, think about those years, right? This is something rare that we're seeing. So, he's an amazing talent. For him to be doing this, I understand what you're saying about the newer MLB, the newer baseball, Ray, but I think it's because, like, to Mack's point, guys are throwing harder and faster, right? But in the 70s and 80s, like the average pitching speed was between 87 to 89 miles per hour. And now, the last couple of years, it's up to like 93, 94 average. So a whole 6, I know that it doesn't seem like a lot, but 6 more miles per hour, is a lot. And it can take a lot on your arm. So I think that's why those middle relief pitchers come in, because these teams are saying like, hey, these guys are throwing harder, so these guys can't go as long as as we're traditionally used to seeing, right?
Back.
So I think that's what it is. So I think it might be good, may not be good for baseball, but it's definitely better for the players for their longevity, in my opinion, right? So
yeah. Go ahead, Mac. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Well, no, only thing I was going to say, this is going to help prevent and cut back on these Tommy John surgeries that some of these guys experience. Yep. And then recovery and turnaround is longer. So, you're right. And if mid-relief is only a factor dollar amount, let that be dictated of your position also, too. Like if you're coming on the team to be the guy as the starter, opening, closer, great. But if you're coming in with a contract because they want you designated as mid-relief, then you should be paid according to your title also, not a starting pitcher and only use him for mid-relief. How about designate someone and this is their job only, but then pay them according to that? You
agree with that, Walt?
No, I think that Matt brings up a great point. I think that, you have to look, it depends on how dynamic these guys are. If these middle relief pitchers are like, and these closers are dynamic, like think about Mariano, right? Rivera, like he was dynamic, right? Like if these guys are like that, then of course you'll pay them accordingly. But I don't think you're going to give these guys a bunch of money for pitching like that if they're not dynamic. You know what I'm saying? So I totally understand where Mack's coming from. And I want to go back to the fastball thing really quick before we move on.
No, please.
In 2008, there were only a little over 200 fastballs recorded that went over 100 miles per hour. Ooh. Today, in today's game, there's 3,800 annually.
Wow.
So think about that. The
game has definitely changed.
Yeah.
I just feel, in my opinion, like I said, they coddle him a little too much. But to Mack's point, he has a great counter argument. they are throwing a lot harder. So you have a good point. I can't even argue with you. And Walt, you're right as well. Quick hellos, greetings to all. Thank you. What's up, my friend? Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Appreciate a lot of new people today. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're going back to the Rock, and we're talking some WNBA and some Olivia Miles. Yes, the rookie phenom from Minnesota, the guard, is averaging 17, 5, and 6 per game in 2026. Minnesota's 7-2. I know it's very early, so I hate giving records out when it's not even 20 games. But dude, she's been playing ball. She's been playing, lights out. She has a great coach, and they lost a lot of players. I know they lost Bridget Carlton. She signed a 3-year deal with another team just recently. I think the Portland Fire selected her. So she's carrying on a big piece, and to her credit, coming in as a rookie and balling out like this is great. A lot of people are giving credit to the coach because, she's a former player, Reeve. So they're giving the coach a lot of props to that. But I'm going to give Olivia her flowers. I just think she was ready to play. She had pedigree, and hey, to her credit, she's doing her thing. Mack, I know you were Mr. Spalding, so talk to me about this.
So listen, America, she was the #1 overall pick in the draft this past season. And historically, we all know, just like Caitlin Clark 2 years ago, went to one of the teams, Indiana Fever, has the worst record. So the fact that, she is in position the way she is, I will give her all the props in the world being #2 because everyone wants to be #1, but she is making the most of her impact as being the second all selected player in this past year's draft. The Lynx have a long way to go. They have some pieces, and this is this building process with the WNBA. Because the franchise has only been around for under 10 years, this is one of these challenges where, we need someone to come to the games. We need someone to sell these tickets, and kudos to their contract this past season got signed as far as them getting more of the money, as far as the revenue sharing goes. So I'm excited for the opportunity for the Lynx. They need someone to fill the stadium. And, I'm watching, America. We are delving into women's sports more, and I'm all for it. And I can't wait to see how this girl really takes ownership of her position. And you're right, she's starting.
She's starting.
I think
I do my homework, Mac.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. So I love the fact that right now, when they're drafting players, they're not looking for developmental or we just need roster fill spots. They're looking for people to start on their teams immediately. And she gelled well in the offseason. And here we are. So, and their record at this point shows it. They're doing their thing. So I'm happy for them.
Yeah. All right. Walt, talk to him, my friend.
Olivia Miles is the sugar honey iced tea, right? I saw her play in college. She is legit. If you watch her, if you go look at some of her game tape, she has the it factor. That's why I think she's shining, right? She was a standout. She had a standout college career. I think she was at Notre Dame or one of those other schools before transferring to TCU. And
Notre Dame. I remember from TCU.
Yeah, and she is. That's why she's killing it, right? She has the swag, the confidence. You can see it. I think we're seeing a budding superstar in the making, right? I know that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and all those other names get the hype, but I think watch out for Olivia Miles these next couple of years. And regarding the Minnesota Lynx, they're one of the teams. I think there's 3 teams that have 4 championships, and the Minnesota Lynx is one of them, right? So they know how to draft players to win titles, right? And I think Olivia Miles is showing what she can do, and the stage has been set, right? We've seen this happen in sports before, where people get hurt, the incumbent starter is there, and they get hurt, and then the rookie comes in, the new blood comes in, and they take the reins. I think Olivia is taking the reins, and we're seeing it happen before our eyes. And I think, look, didn't she just break Caitlin Clark's 3-point record?
She did.
Yeah, right. For a rookie. So
for a rookie, I was gonna say for a rookie, yeah.
So this woman has it. I'm excited to see her play. I love watching her play the game. So man, I'm excited to see her trajectory, man.
Dude, I couldn't say enough about her. I saw her play as well. This girl can ball. She is the stuff. She's the real deal. She's a first team All-Star. She's got the goods. They picked a great player. Could you guys see her potentially falling into that upper echelon of the Caitlin Clarks and the Angel Reeses of that peer where she could be one of the faces of the WNBA? I'm going to go to Walt and then Mack. What you got?
See me shaking my big chocolate head over
Okay.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
Mack?
Yeah, well, I'm all for it, man. It's the fact that you're right, it's trajectory, because we all know in every league we've got all these first round picks, and normally percentage wise, there's only half, maybe a quarter that really amount to amazing player. It's like Greg Oden. Give an example. Portland Trailblazers, way back when they picked him, and he had in some foot spur, whatever it was, and it kind of derailed his career. However, the other guy who went number 2, just like her, from the Lynx, Olivia, Kevin Durant was number 2 pick in that draft. And we've seen what happened. His career went this way, Oden's went this way because of injury. He was a shoulda, woulda, coulda guy, and and he missed a title shot with the Heat because he was there with LeBron and D Wade, but that was on their fourth as far as fourth time playing as far as championships. They only won the 2, so he missed the wagon for it. But this is one of those deals where she's in a great opportunity. Let's see if she makes the most of it. I see Walt shaking his head. He's like, "Hold up, go ahead."
So I'm drawing on Mack's facts here. So I'm pulling on his energy. So
Okay.
So I want to tell you this: the last time that the Lynx drafted an overall number 1 pick was 2011. It was Maya Moore from Connecticut. And
wow!
I'm not saying this is going to happen. And they won the chip.
Chip.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I remember I said they won that chip. I know Maya Moore has a ring. I didn't know what year it was, but I know she has one. All right.
Wow.
Cool.
Love that.
All right, we're gonna.
I
go
love
to
her
our next
afro
topic.
too.
I love her. Dude, I love her.
Bro. Like,
She's got it. She's the truth, dude. We're all on the same page. All right, we're gonna switch gears, but first, let me read some comments. People are saying, I have something to say. All right, I got you, guys. I appreciate all the love. We're here. Don't worry.
We're all
Timmy. Olivia Miles, thanks, Kelsey.
Oh my God!
Oh my God, Tim! Come on, dude.
Come on, Timbo.
Come on, Timbo. Don't be hating on Olivia.
Now,
Come on, dude. Come on. All right, we're switching to the picks. I can't even talk to Tim right now. We're talking Jaden Reed and Christian Watson. First Jaden Reed, now Christian Watson. With a matter of weeks, the Green Bay Packers have extended their top 2 receivers on long-term contracts. Watson on Thursday agreed to a 4-year, $110 million contract that included a $31 million signing bonus. This came after Reed signed a 3-year, $50 million contract. This has these 2 guys locked in. I will kick this off and go to Mack. This is ridiculous. I think they're both decent receivers. But you're paying these guys like they're Megatron and Jerry Rice. You're crazy. I think they're both decent receivers, but to pay them this insane amount of money, I don't know, dude. Like, what are we doing? There are a lot of receivers in this draft you could have picked. I like Christian Watson. I think he's one of those run and gun guys. I haven't seen him in the slot. I just see him a lot of deep ball stuff. Jaden Reed's got decent hands. Either one of them, in my opinion, mind-numbing game decision. No. So good luck. I know Green Bay had pockets like this, but hey, do you? Mack, what you got?
He said, "Do you?" Listen, what does Jordan Love think of all this? That's my thought. When his contract rolls around, he's got to be over 55. They got to pay him close to 50 to not close to 60. If you're paying the wide receivers this kind of paper, y'all better be prepared to back up the Brinks truck for this guy. Like that. That's my thing right now. Like Jordan Love is playing well. He is playing well, but he does need someone to throw the rock to. Like we may not see the value in him, but he's got to throw the ball, and they have a solid run game, but you got to throw the ball to someone. It's the same deal with the Bengals. The Bengals finally paid both their wide receivers because Burrow said, "Yo, I need someone to throw the ball to." So in case of Jordan,
you can't compare those 2 receivers.
No, but every team needs their version of
type, first and second wideout. Like, every team has to have some guy. And I guess they just don't want to take a chance. I mean, they drafted a wide receiver in the draft, just so y'all know, America. But it wasn't the first round pick.
I was going to go there, but Mack was on his point. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's not like they're not oblivious to say, like, if we let one of them go, is our new guy going to pick up the slack? They're looking for veteran leadership for their team. They have to build somewhere. And in Jordan Love, I don't know if they asked him or told him, hey, we're going to pay these guys. We're going to take care of you. Don't worry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure he paid attention too. And now looking at these dudes with their new shiny toys pulling into the parking lot. So we'll see.
Facts. All right. Walt shaking his head. So I don't know what this means.
Man, this is terrible. Terrible contracts for two receivers. Look, they're serviceable guys, right? But I'm going back to 2023 here, right?
Can I applaud you really quick?
Yeah. Neither receiver has had over 900 yards in the season receiving.
Wow.
At all. Christian Watson has not had over 611 yards. He had it twice in 2025 and in 2022. That's the most. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 2024 was his highest receiving year. That's 620. My bad. So 620 yards is the most yards he's had in the season. He has not completed played a full season. He's missed games every year he's been in the league. Last year, Jaden only played in 7 games because of injury. So for me, I don't understand it. Look, I understand being loyal to your guys, believing in them and stuff like that. But man, these guys, the way they're getting paid, like $20 million a year, I don't know. I don't like it.
No. And to Walt's point, okay, Jaden Reed's injury prone. He missed a bunch of games last year. Christian Watson missed a bunch of games last year. Christian Watson only goes deep. You have never seen Christian run a slant. You've never seen Jaden Reed go slant. They're all deep post guys, which is great. But if you're playing back, what are you doing? Neither one of these guys want to get hit, in my opinion. I think they just like to run and run after the catch. But neither one is going to take a guy. I just feel like there were so many serviceable wide receivers you could have gotten. I don't know what Green Bay's doing. It just, to me, makes no sense. Like, if these guys were Jamar Chase, I would say, okay, you got to pay someone like Jamar Chase. He takes hits. He's healthy. He plays. Christian Watson, I think he missed 4 or 5 games. Jaden Reed missed, and correct me if I'm wrong, Walt, I think he missed 6 or 7 games last year.
He only played 7, so think
about it. He only played 7.
Yeah.
So he made more than 7. So I don't get it. Mack, I'm gonna let you close this out.
Sure, no problem at all. So listen, I just want to give a full clarity, and so we all do understand how important Jordan Love is. Now listen, he did sign an extension 2 years ago for a 4-year, 220, 160 mil guaranteed and 75 signing. So they did pay him, and I think that's probably why on the books they said we got to make sure he has wide receivers. But these guys aren't even over 1,000, so I have no idea. My mind is blown right now too. I mean, Jordan Love is like, well, they gave me somebody, like, you know.
All right, Walt, last word.
Look, their best receiver stat wise last year. Just looking at last year, they were like ranked 47th, 46th, and 45th. The guy that was ranked 45th is now on the Patriots. That's all I gotta say.
Wow, that says enough. All right. Unfortunately, we have to talk about something else now that kind of bothers me, but we have to talk about it. George Pickens. Yes, he signed his $27.3 million franchise tag. He will be at camp with the Cowboys. However, now, because of these two guys getting their money, a lot of rumors that Pickens is now going to ask for some insane money, and rightfully so. I will say to Jerry, you did it again. You're going to get screwed. You're going to end up paying this guy 4 years, probably north of $180, $190 million, when you could have paid him less, but you're stubborn old goat, and you don't learn from your mistakes. There's no shot in HE double hockey sticks that Pickens is not going to sign at least $30+ million a year. to stay with any team now. Now that he's seen what Watson and Reed are getting, he's like, dude, I'm a premier receiver. You know, I had a great year last year. I played the whole season. You're going to pay me. Walt, I'm let you have it.
Look, I absolutely agree with you. George is going to want his money. He had a stellar season for the Cowboys, especially when CeeDee Lamb went out for a few games with injury. Mm-hmm. Lamb came through and he shined. He had over 1,400 receiving yards last year. He was the guy. He showed that he could be the guy, right? My bigger concern with this is they're dishing out all this money. I think they're going to re-sign George Pickens. I think they're going to try to make it work, but they're going to lose other pieces that they have, right? Like how is Jerry Jones and the team going to maneuver the cap situation? That's yet to come. So I think George Pickens likes to play for the Cowboys because they're America's team. And like they're a storied franchise. So he definitely, I could see him wanting to build that legacy. Not that the Steelers weren't, but it's the Cowboys, right? Because I think that he definitely wants that. I guarantee you, yes, he's gonna want top tier receiver money. And if he balls out this year, I think the Cowboys have to consider doing it. Now, I have a question that. Before we go to Mack, I have a question for you both. Do you think realistically that the Cowboys can keep CD and Pickens?
Well, they've already paid CD. He's locked in.
Yeah.
I'm saying
2 years ago.
I'm saying I understand they signed them, but can they keep them?
No. Eventually, one of them is going to have to go. Eventually.
No.
But we're talking for the
Pickens,
short term. Yeah. They're probably going to lose some defense to keep Pickens, to your question, Walt. But my argument is you could have paid this guy already. Like now that the market's been flooded, you see what a guy like Watson's getting paid. If I'm George Pickens' agent, I'm like, dude, I had 1,400 yards. I played the whole season. I'm an all-pro. I'm a legit argument number one receiver. Got to pay him. Yep. Mack, what you got?
Absolutely. And I'm just going to piggyback off what Ray said. This is a situation where last season we all saw it coming on Mike. He's doing it again, messing with this man's money. Like we knew Pickens was going to get paid, and he opted on paying the daggone kicker some ridiculous dumb money. And I'm like, who's this crumb? I forgot the guy's name now. That's how bad it is. Brandon Aubrey. Oh, that's your boy. Yeah. He paid the kicker and it made news. And I'm like, Jerry does what Jerry does things, and I'm like, why are you not paying Pickens versus this dude who's the kicker? You only do one thing. And apparently you do it good enough, but I didn't think he deserved the money he got because they probably should have paid Pickens. And so he chose to franchise him. And I thought for sure he would hold out, say, I ain't playing on a franchise tag. And the bad part is they just got him. Like they picked him up from the Steelers. Like you wanted me. You didn't draft me like they drafted CeeDee Lamb. You wanted me to come, and you seen what I did there, and I made a decision to sign with you, but you asked for me to be on your team. I did not ask to be on yours. And so here we are.
Facts.
Why are you going to why would you disrespect this man? He did in the offseason by messing around.
Ray, that deserves a round of applause there.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. Let me give it to you, Mack. You ready?
Thank you. I appreciate
it. You deserve that. I'm going to give you two because I slept on it.
Yeah, man. I'm just excited for the opportunity for Pickens because if Jerry thinks he can franchise him again, he's going to request for a trade, and there'll be at least 5 teams that'll take him.
Facts.
I don't know if he'll be trade bait if he demands a trade and people will give up draft picks for him. So maybe this may be Jerry's ultimate plan in the end. Who knows? That guy's
all right. We're gonna take me out to the ball game, take me out to the crowd, and we're gonna talk about Aaron Judge. But first, let me say hello to Harry Taylor. What's up, my friend? Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. We appreciate all the fans. Thank you so much, sir.
You.
Aaron Judge, unfortunately, has been diagnosed with a stress fracture in his upper right first rib. He was shut down from baseball activities and reevaluated in 6 weeks. The Yankees are expected to reevaluate after the 6 weeks and see where we stand from there. But this is not good for Mr. Judge. They're saying that, this could be 2 months, depending on what the evaluation after 6 weeks is. The Yankees right now, as we speak, are leading their division. They are 38-26 in first place. This couldn't come, in my opinion, as a worse time for the Yankees because in baseball, 6 weeks is like, and we had this discussion off air, it's like 30 games. How they can survive without their heart and soul, because Aaron Judge is the Yankees. Let's call a spade a spade. I see the Yankees not falling to the point where they're not going to make a noise in the playoffs, but I don't see them holding on to first place. I just feel like you can't lose a piece that valuable for that long duration of time and not have it affect your team. I don't care who you're going to replace him with. He's not Aaron Judge. You're not going to survive, 30 some odd games without Aaron Judge. I don't see it. Well, what you got?
Look, I think the Yankees are going to be okay, Ray. Look, are they going to be as potent as they normally would with Aaron Judge in the lineup? No. But there's a guy on the team named Ben Rice who's having a stellar season, right? I think he's the first baseman. And he is lighting it up. I think he doesn't he have more home runs? I think by one more. He has more RBIs. His average is above 300. So he's like hitting the ball. He's doing really good, right? So I think the Yankees will be okay without Aaron Judge. Yes, they're gonna be lacking some offensive power, and I think they're gonna have to kind of show up for it in a different area, right? So you can't make up for Aaron Judge's production. But look, this may impact him. He's gonna miss. I think the average amount of games played in a week is like a little over 6, so about 6.1 games per week. So if he misses 6 weeks, you do the math, that's 36 to 40 games that he's gonna miss. That's a huge season. That's a quarter of the season there, right? So look, I think if the Yankees go even 18-18 or 19-19, they still will be in position. They still have a winning record, right? And they still will be in a position to compete. Look, yes, it might be like middle of the season or going into the second half of the season and stuff like that, but that's when it matters, right? That's when you need your guys. So yes, it's still the beginning of the season. You'll get him back at some point in the season, and you won't even have to worry about this, in my opinion.
Okay. Mac, what do you think?
Walt is pretty much nailing it on the head, fellas. The realistic idea to look out is just what he just mentioned. In the grand scheme, 30 to 4, it's like 40, 45 games ballpark for 6 weeks. And that's if, keep in mind, there's 168 of these. And we're only a quarter of the way into the season. It's not going to matter until we get to later in the past the summer going into the fall, where his absence may be a factor as a concern of them getting in. So let's keep that in mind also too, America. Like, it's 168 games. Well, 162, 168, depending on schedule and rotation, blah, blah, blah. So just know that Walt is making a very good point to state, even though it may be 45, 38, 39, 40 possible games he might be gone. If they get at least half, this is a minute point. Most of the teams don't make it unless you have closer to 98 to 99 wins, possibly to get into the playoffs. So just know that this is not over. This is not life. It's just right now it hurts if you're scheduled to go to the game with the and was expecting to see your boy play, and he's in the dugout chilling, ain't doing nothing.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Because let's say he misses, let's just call it 40 games. And let's just say Walt's being very optimistic and saying they're going to win half. I think without Aaron Judge, you may win 15 out of the 40. I think they're going to lose. Sure, simple. I think he's a big piece. I know Rice is having a year of his life. But Aaron Judge is like the Juan Soto of New York. He's that dude. Yeah. I just feel like you're not weighing what he means to that team. His leadership, his skills. I just feel like, I'm not saying they're going to not make the playoffs or not do anything in the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to hold on to first. I think they're going to have a problem doing that.
Sounds like a pie moment, Ray.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yes, Ray.
What about the pie that the Yankees do not win that division?
Okay,
not that.
No.
I was saying that as far as what you mentioned about them, however many games he
he's
misses,
gone for.
So you're
I'm
saying
saying
they're going to win at least half of those. And you're saying no.
You're saying 15. And I'm with Walt. I'm all in for pie time, sir. Because here's the bottom line.
Right? So what if it's one game under half? Do I win?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they say 500 or better, I lose under 5. Okay.
Yeah.
And
we got to make sure we calculate how many games.
Reevaluate him, and he misses another 3 or 4 weeks. The bet continues, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And look
now. Go ahead,
one thing. Oh, go ahead. I'll let you get.
No. So here's the point. The only thing I'm going to say, Ray, I understand. Now, first of all, you're a Mets fan. I don't understand why you're all hyped on this guy like he means so much to the team. He's not even on your team.
But I call it down the middle.
Okay. So the point I'm making to you is this. I understand what you're saying, but what are they gonna do? If the man he means so much to the team, but they can't do nothing, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's nothing they can do, but all right. And to your bet, let me sleep on. I gotta think about this. Every time I take a 5 bet,
just add this to it. Stanton, he's been out. He comes back this month.
Oh, then heck no. Never mind. I didn't know Stanton. I thought Stanton was done.
Should have stayed that.
Stanton's
I knew that
Stanton
too,
coming
man.
back? Oh
yes.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Colon is in the house. Yankees are going to hurt with this one. We were so lucky that Ben Rice is having an amazing season, but losing Judge for a lengthy period is tough. Tampa Bay is paying reason. See? Thank you, Eric, man of reason. I appreciate you.
Eric, you should take that. You should take that.
No, I don't want to do that. I'm good. I'm good. I am good.
Walt, this is the only time I wish you would not have said that.
I wish you hadn't mentioned it because I would have taken it. So Giancarlo's back. Forget it. Never mind. All right. We're switching back to the pigskin, and Baker, Shake and Bake Mayfield, went public and said that they're not even close to where they were to get a deal done. He's on his final year of his 3-year contract. He is having a big plate of bitch and moan. He wants more money. I'm going to let Mack start this off. What's going to happen with Baker? Will he resign? Will he go somewhere else? The ball is yours.
They will resign him. They don't have a choice. He is the best quarterback right now for their team. They didn't even draft a QB, bro, in the draft. He is the guy. He has been playing well enough to get compensated. Listen, when he got drafted to the Browns way back when, I'll never forget draft night, bro. He wasn't even in the green room, man. He was at home. Number 1 overall pick. They didn't even cut to him like 5 minutes later because I don't even think he thought he was going number 1 overall. He wasn't even in the draft room, bro. So my thing is this, and of course he left the Browns. Good for him. Every QB that's been there, and I feel bad. That's another whole discussion about the Browns. But the point I'm making is this: they're not going to have a choice. If you don't pay him, who do they have that's going to lead this team? He has been successful enough as far as the Buccaneers franchise. Brady won a chip for him. And then he left, rightfully so. But he is their best shot at winning games. Again, you need people to come to these games and to fill this stadium. He is balling. The only thing I do not like, just like Ray just mentioned, this guy is making it public by him stating we are nowhere near close. And I understand. His extension was for about 30, 35 mil. He's looking now, he wants closer to 50, 55. And I understand why. Just from the standpoint of the Chargers, like Justin Herbert, this guy has done nothing, and he's over 50. So, like, how is this guy entitled? And Baker's like, damn, I've been in the league longer and played better than him, and you guys are paying him over 50 now. What's wrong with me paying me? So,
facts. All right, Walt, what you got?
Man, this is who Baker is. We've seen him in the public eye before, make statements. He's very opinionated. He wears his swag on his sleeves, so he's very vocal, right? I think this is not good for Baker at the end of the day. Like, he, as a starting quarterback, he has a losing record. He's 58-62. So I would say, like, pump your brakes, homeboy. You had one season since you've been in the league where you were in the top 10 category, ranked in the top 10. Other than that, you were in the 20s, and just last year you were kind of middle of the pack. So you know what I'm saying? So you want big boy money for middle of the pack play. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, Mack
Can
is
I applaud
right.
that?
Hey, go ahead. Mack is absolutely right. I don't think they have a choice to pay this guy, but man, it would give me pause if I'm the organization, because I'm like, okay, look, this guy is in the middle of the pack. We need a quarterback to get us to the promised land. They have some, good receiving. They have some good guys. I know Mike Evans is now on the 49ers, so you lose him. You're really going to ride the youth there. But man, I don't see Baker taking this team to the playoffs and having a deep run. I just can't see it.
All right, here's my take.
Wow.
I say rebuild. Go to the draft. Baker's not your guy. To Walt's point, to Mack's point, he's a middle of the pack guy. He's not that dude. He's not this elite top quarterback. He's not going to win you a chip. He's mediocre at best, a little above average, I would say, but he's not a world beater. And to pay him world beater money is crazy. You think this guy's Tom Brady in his prime. I'm like, you're out of your mind. So you know what, Baker? You're whining about your money. And to Mack's point, to go public, which I think is really just classless.
Yes.
I think it's not a good look. If you had a couple of rings on your finger, I'd be like, all right, you could talk a little smack. Dude, last time I checked, your hand is bare. I don't see any rings on that hand. I don't know what's going on, but you're feeling yourself just a little too much, and I think it's going to hurt you long term. But unfortunately, again, to Mack's point, I don't know what you're going to do, because there's no other really quarterbacks out there. I mean, unless you're going to take, Brissett off Arizona and drag him on there. I don't know. Putting Russell Wilson out of the CBS booth and say, Russell, try one more year, please. I don't see it. So it is what it is, dude. All right, sticking with football, and we're talking about Brendan Soresby. What does this guy do? He is the Texas Tech quarterback who's been granted a temporary injunction against the NCAA and will be eligible to play for the Red Raiders in 2026. He was ruled ineligible this year after he was acknowledged gambling on sports, including his old team, while in Indiana. But Monday's ruling, Judge Ken Curry in Lubbock, Texas, reinstates Soresby's eligibility, saying that the NCAA cannot prevent him from practicing, playing, or otherwise participating in Texas Tech football for the 2020-26 season. I don't know if this is going to last. At the end of the day, we had this conversation. You're betting on your team. Who's to say he's not saying, hey, we're going to win by a field goal, and now my star receiver is wide open, and I'm going to overthrow him because I don't want him to score and lose the spread? Who's to say he's not fixed the game so the team wins by a certain amount, and he maybe forces you to run a play when he knows you're hurt and gets hurt? There's so many nuances behind it. I'm against this. With, all this other money you could get in college football, I don't know why you needed to do this. I think this is going to get overturned at some point, but we shall see. But I'm against it. I'm not a fan. I know Texas is big football, place. They live and die by the pigskin, but still, dude, you got to have some morals, in my opinion. And I don't know. Mack, what you got, bro?
Listen, the NCAA, because the NIL is now official, there is too many other ways this young man can make money versus betting. There cannot be enough money that he wagers. And then the real question is going to be, how many games did he do it? And how long has he been doing it for? That is going to be the question mark that only he can answer. Now, mind you, this is the off season, so you're right. Training camp's around the corner. I don't know how it didn't come out during the season last year, because it definitely happened this past season at some point. We all know that it at least happened at least one game, or it wouldn't have made the news. So if it's in the off season, he's betting, on NFL or whatever the Euro League is. Okay, that's different, but not in your own backyard. Like, this is where you live and this is where you go. You don't piss in your own yard, bro. Like, I don't understand how this is even a sanctionable situation. There have been players that's been banned from the sport and suspended for like half a season at the NFL level for different
Facts.
random things. And then, there's been players that's been blackballed in the NFL and have never touched the field again for less. So how is it that this guy is getting another shot is beyond. Like, there's put it this way. The one last thing I'll say is this. There will be no NFL team that'll take him.
Really?
Okay. All right. Walt's got a lot to say now. You just sparked a spark in him now.
Look, money is the name of the game, right? Even though he was wrong here, like at Texas Tech, he had a stellar season, right? And so he puts butts in seats, which puts money in the pockets of those who run the league, right? And so I understand what you're saying, and I would look, the just part of me, the one part of me that likes justice would understand if NFL teams made this guy work for it. You're going undrafted, you got to work your way up from the bottom to prove that you're going to do the right thing. Soresby, all this is sending the wrong message, right? I go back to what did Johnny Manziel get in trouble for? Was it just like partying too much? It wasn't
partying too much.
Right? I don't think it was betting. It was just partying too much and then coming to camp, not a mess. Yeah.
So I think we seen teams even in the NFL get these guys that come with this checkered past, and they still try to give them a shot because of the talent, because the bottom line is the dollar, right? And so when you look at how many bets this guy had put out in total, he admitted to placing over 9,000 bets, guys, over his college career. And wow. at least 90,000 went. So he got in trouble because when he was with the Hoosiers, he placed at least 40 bets on the football and men's basketball team, right? And another CF college football games, he placed over 300 bets, right? And so the rest of that was on professional sports and college sports. Like, so this guy has an issue with betting, right? And you should know that based on and look, I know there's people in his ear telling him what the right thing to do is, right? So this guy obviously has an issue and a problem. And
yes, he does.
I think he deserves more than just a slap on the hand. He should not be allowed to play the season. Prove it. Or he should at least be suspended for half the season or something more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And prove it to us that you love the game more than just betting on it.
Mm-hmm.
Facts, yeah. Dude. I agree with you. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I will say this: it will definitely make a mark if they put him down for the season and not let him play or half the season. It will make other quarterbacks or other players in general think twice now. I think this is major because if you don't punish this guy, and if you give him a little pat on the wrist and you missed 2 games, it opens the floodgates for just gambling, and I think it's wrong.
And if it, absolutely, man, because this is a situation where you're right. If they don't do anything, and then y'all let him go, it'll be an easy cop out. I'm doing the exact same thing as he did. He got caught, and you're right, Ray. I'm sorry. Walt, 9,000, and my concern is, was it any of Texas games? I mean, if it's money lines like, I'll bet he doesn't make 5 yards in the next 5. Like if it's something like that, okay. But the point is that you're still betting on this sport.
Yeah.
But it better, man, if they can find out, because if he admitted to it at this point over 9,000, that means they know what games it was and was not.
Yes.
Because if it's 9,000, you can't just throw a number and just expect no one to try and figure out what games it was. And if any were Texas Tech games, bro, like that should be an automatic. The boosters should be like, get this guy out of here, because now it makes their fan base look bad. Also, you guys let cheaters play for your team. Why are you excited about when you sure you didn't bet on this game? Like that will be that's what I would say as a fan. If I'm Notre Dame and we're playing Texas Tech and Texas Tech amazingly wins this game by a touchdown, did your boy bet in this game? Like that would be an easy excuse. Now you happen to mention Manziel. Manziel did have betting issues, but it was NBA, not football. So at least it wasn't his sport, you know. But this guy, man, like it just looks really bad. And you're right, Walt. You know, the fact you're saying over his college career, you're right. How long has it been going on? You know, and this just it makes like the NCAA is one thing where when they've inked this NIL, if he was doing it last year or before the NIL was official that they could, then okay, I hear what you're saying, but not since this NIL has been positioned. There's no damn reason, and I repeat, no reason on God's green that you're playing and betting. It's not worth it. Look what's going on in the NBA right now. We got a coach and a handful of players that are now the FBI is involved.
Crazy, so, like, bro.
Yeah.
You don't want this smoke.
No.
All right. Our last topic. We're going to AEW because people have been complaining we don't talk wrestling. MJF defended his title against Roosh, defended it successfully. Now Mark Briscoe's trying to get a title shot. There's other rumors about Will Ospreay eventually getting the title shot and maybe winning the belt. I will kick this off. I don't like Mark Briscoe being in the title picture just because I know he's not getting it. You know, I hate to go here with the stereotype, but he does not look like a champion. He's a great guy. He's a funny guy, but he's kind of goofy. He doesn't have that championship vibe, you know. But, you know, I hope AEW doesn't push Mark Briscoe to the title when you know he's not going to win it. I think Mox would be a good candidate. I think that Will Ospreay would be a good candidate, but we shall see. But I'm going to go to you, Mack. Who do you think is the next guy in line for MJF?
Well, he just mentioned my particular guy. I think Moxie. He's got the swag. He's got the moxie.
Yeah.
No point intended. He has that intangible. He's rough around the edges. He's got the physique also, too. He has a title right now. Could I see him vacating his title? And for that matter, Ospreay take his title? I mean, Ospreay and Moxie are in the same camp. You know, Ospreay just, you know, came back, you know, a couple weeks ago from, you know, battling from injury. You know, I think he has the opportunity between Ospreay and Moxie, I think are better choices for title champions. We know MJF is going to make a run again. So just like we talked last week, he's never, ever going to consider Shave My Hair Challenge again. That's never happening.
Yeah, it's never going to happen.
But I personally think that Moxie would vacate his title or lose the title and have a shot for the championship. I think they'd be a great matchup. Listen, I'm part of the beard committee, so I love the fact he's got that scruff and mean look like me and Walt. I don't know, Ray's got these chops going on. I'm not sure what he's doing. But I just think he's got the physique and the swag to be the champ. I don't know.
So you're not buying to Mark Briscoe. So what about you, Walt?
Man, okay. I don't know. I'm probably going to come out of left field with this when I say this. So don't beat me up too bad, guys. Like, I like the Mark Briscoe thing. I even like the Moxie thing. But I have two names, right? So I have Andrade El Idolo. And believe it or not, I think Kevin Knight, right? What about a champion
with the Jet
type of thing? Yes.
You know okay. I'm not, right. Dude, I think those are actually really good picks. I like Andrade, but my question to both of you is now you're going to have the heel versus heel thing, and I hate that. Like, I like that. Mac shakes babies' hands. I smack babies. Like, there's got to be that dynamic. Everybody hates me. Everybody loves Mac. Everybody loves Walt. Everybody hates Mac. It's got to be. It can't be everybody hates Walt. Everybody hates Ray. It can't be like that, in my opinion.
I get it.
I love the Jet, though. I love the Jet. That's actually a really good call, but I love Andrade better.
Okay, so you mentioned the Jet. You're right. He just turned heel, and you're right. You can't have two going for the title. The America, we love the good and bad. Like, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, I appreciate that idea.
Let me applaud that.
The Jet just went heel. He needs to be heel long enough. Like, it's nah.
Okay.
Don't you like Walt? Don't you like the heel face thing? Do you care if it's two heels? I just don't like. I'm like with Mac, dude. I'm old school. I like the bad versus the good guy.
No, I understand because you have to have the storyline, like good versus evil. You know, good will overcome. Good has to fight. You know, to get through it and stuff. So look, we've seen guys change and we've seen guys flip. So maybe
the Jet flips. Okay.
No, not the Jet. Maybe
MJF flips. Oh, okay.
maybe
Maybe.
try to change his image, but I want to. That's the dynamic. So I know I kind of go far fetched out there. I said
no, those I think. Well, I think they're excellent picks. I love the Jet. This new junior rock that he's wearing. Mm-hmm. He's got the swag, the suit, got the glasses. He reminds me of a young Rock. I like it. Please keep him in this character. I love the Jet. I love this new swag. Dude, I think it's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to our final buzzer. This is where you can ask us anything about anything. The floor is wide open. Bring the heat. And we were going to go to Eric Cologne. What are they going to do? Baker is it.
I told you, bro.
Yeah.
I know it's no Geno Smith, but oh my God.
Eric's right.
Oh my God. And he's saying, thoughts on Chicago fumbling the bag and letting the Bears walk away 17 miles from Soldier Field?
Yeah. I mean, but look, I think it's still maybe close enough, but
I'm indifferent about it.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But what are you going to do, man? I mean, Soldier Field has been around for how long?
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the last original, if I'm not mistaken, football stadiums, you know? So I get it, man. You know, the sentiment. And listen, this was in the rumors, brother, this past year during the season of whether if they were going to sustain or, you know, make an opportunity to build a new stadium, or for that matter, the loose also rumors was that they were leaving if the city didn't.
Yep.
So right. I don't see why it couldn't be.
Who is winning the Super Bowl? All right, in my dreams and my prayers, and I spoke to another good friend of mine. You guys know him. His name is God.
Didn't. No, you
He
didn't.
was like, I would love to see them boys win it. However, there's a super team called the Rams, the first super team in the NFL. So unless somebody gets hurt, I can't see the Rams not winning the Super Bowl.
Go ahead, Walt.
So for me, I don't know, man. The Rams, they do look bulletproof on paper, but it's the NFL. Any given Sunday, man. I just see a team like the Denver Broncos getting there because they were this close, and I see them probably pulling out.
Okay.
Wow.
Mac.
Man, wow, Gene. Thanks a lot, bro. Appreciate you. And you're definitely getting a shirt from me, brother. So this is one thing I'll go out on a limb and say the general consensus, if they obviously acquired Mr. Myles Garrett, and now they're talking that their guy might come back. Apparently the rumors is his wife said Aaron Donald. Yeah. His wife said no. You know, she's enjoying him in retirement, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did not. I'm going to go as a sleeper, and you can call me a homer all you want to.
Oh my God, please don't say it.
No. I think the Eagles have got a shot, bro. Okay. I mean, if the one player that left the team, I think that
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. This guy has something to prove. 100% Jalen Hurts is all the naysayers and all the smoke and everything else that's been going on since the trade. This guy's remained quiet. He is a humble guy. I think they have an opportunity to go back, man.
All right. I mean, so we all concur. We all agree it's going to be the Cowboys. Okay, great. Thank you. Tim asked a question. If you had tickets for Game 4 of the Finals and would sit next to Spike Lee or sit with the Knicks legends, plus they offered you New York City pizza, choose your toppings. All right, I'd rather sit with the legends because I want to listen to Spike Lee talk all night. Although I did see his movie with Denzel. Guys, I don't know if you guys watched it.
I got game.
No, the new one. He does a new one.
Oh, yes.
Where he's yes.
Oh, he's a sports agent.
No, he's a music producer.
Music producer. Yeah, Nick came out
movie. Oh my God, you got to watch it. So I'd rather sit with the legends because I'm a NBA junkie. And my pizza toppings, if we're saying there's two toppings, I'm gonna go with a little meatball and I guess a meatball and a little pepperoni. All right, Mac, who are you sitting with and what are you getting on your pizza?
I'm sitting next to the legends and have a conversation with Starks and say, how could you cannot keep your composure in the finals? I would love to ask him that. He's heard it. He said almost daily he gets questioned about it. So I'm sitting with the legends. I'm going to sit next to Earl. If I can get a seat next to Ewing, be like, bro, I'm excited for y'all. As far as pizza toppings go, I'm kind of with Ray, man. Sausage and pepperoni, man.
All right. Whoa. Who are you sitting with and what are you getting?
It's a trifecta. It's gonna definitely have to be the legends for me because I would love to be in the midst of them if the Knicks pull this out and win, just to see that their exuberance, right? To see their joy,
tears, bro.
Tears, like, and then how happy they'll be for these group of guys once they win, right? So, and for my pizza, man, definitely got to have pepperoni on there, some red pepper flakes,
okay,
a little Parmesan. And throw some meatballs on there too.
All right, so we agree. Okay. I feel you. All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap. I want to thank you guys again. Thank you for all the new listeners. Thank you for all the love. I'm gonna let Mac say his parting goodbyes. So go ahead, Mac.
No problem at all. America, as usual, we appreciate everything that's going on. I want to give a shout out to Garvin's Getaways. If you need help as far as traveling, whether it be overseas, international cruises, my wife specializes in a lot of different things as far as planning. She takes away the stress for you and brings you to success and the avenues of having a great trip. I also want to shout out Lonnie Best as far as music career. Love the fact this young lady's grinding. Please like and share her music as well. And last but not least, I want to give props to Boink Studios.
Facts. All right, brother. Stay in the studio. All right, Walt. Say your parting goodbyes.
Man, it's been another great show. America, fans, listeners, we appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for your support. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you want to find out more about payroll, check out It's About Payroll podcast. You'll learn a lot. And we had Tabitha Brown on there too, so she's pretty cool. So, yes, tell your boys. And we're going to have a contest coming up soon. The person who tells their most friends to view is going to get some nice merch from us.
Yes. You put the cat out there, but that's factual. You're going to get some merch. I appreciate you. All right, stay in the studio, my friend. All right, guys, that wraps it up. Thank you again for watching another episode of Ray Sports and Slams. Thank you from Mac and Walt for doing their thing. We are throwing out some merch to Walt said. We're having a contest. We're working out some of the kinks of the contest, so don't worry. We're working that out. Please, I'm urging you guys, like, share, subscribe, boinkstudios.com. Ray Sports and Slams, where you'll find us. You will see us next week. Same bat time, same bat station, 6 o'clock. Have a great week, and we'll see you.